Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and I'm going to talk about a subject that may be somewhat sensitive because it's pornography. And when you think about infidelity, you think about a real life person. Is he or she carrying on with somebody of the opposite sex? Is he or she carrying on with somebody of the same sex? So, where does pornography fall if you are married to somebody who has a compulsion to view pornography regularly? Is pornography harmful? You as a couple need to decide that. But what I can say is that it desensitizes the values that you both may have been brought up with in your childhood. Now, the minute I say that, I think of all the couples that were not brought up in a household of good values, but I still maintain you probably have established pretty healthy values. You don't have to be perfect, but you've probably done that. And when those values are compromised, when he or she looks at pornography more than they look at you, when he uses opportunity to take advantage of viewing pornography, when he or she hurts themselves genitally because of masturbation that is directly associated to pornography, that's a problem. Now, in my work with couples, I will have the wife and the husband come in, and the husband will say, I've cheated on my wife. I want to make it right. I've never done this before. And then she looks at him and she says, well, you looked at pornography. Is that cheating, Carol? Is it cheating for my spouse to want to look at other people? Again, that's only a question that you can answer. But I suspect if you ask the question, you know the answer. And I'm of the belief that we have to work on connecting in this world. We have to use that old adage about I only have eyes for you. And we have to preserve that because that's what our relationship deserves. Now, there is a definite science to pornography. And if you have a compulsive part of you, you may have increased your pornography use. If you couldn't stop, well, then that's sex addiction or problematic sexual behavior. Or the World Health Organization calls it compulsive sexual behavioral disorder. And if both you and your spouse can substantiate, eh, he looked at porn 20, 30 minutes a week. Is that compulsive? Well, no, that isn't compulsive. And more than likely, there's not going to be an addiction. But do you think it harms your marriage in any way to participate in looking at porn 20 to 30 minutes a week? Some couples may say no. Some couples may say yes. Some couples may say it's against our religious values. Some couples will say, I think it was because I hid it from him or her. There was deception. That's kind of like the man or the woman that smokes a couple cigarettes a day and they say, I don't have a problem. But the problem is the deception, the chewing gum after the cigarette, the lying. That's not healthy for a marriage. I will also have couples that come in and She's worried about his pornography use. And I believe that it is a gateway to other substances for anybody who has compulsivity or addiction in their genes. They have that predisposition to addiction. Pornography is going to probably be a problem. But then when I watched The Wife, there's something else going on. And I say, can you share with me why you look so forlorn or tentative? And she says, well, I used to watch pornography with him. And I said, and so you're feeling guilty about contributing to his pornography. And invariably, they will say, no, I feel guilty about sending him the message that it was okay, when I quickly learned for myself that it wasn't okay for me. Yeah, we all participate in some behaviors that we have to actually feel some guilt about to determine that is not the right thing for me. So if you're a couple where pornography was involved in the infidelity, I would encourage you to go to a website, www.yourbrainonporn, and take a look at what pornography can do to the brain over time. And it really doesn't have to be much time. And then come back and let me know if you think pornography contributed to your marriage or helped to contaminate it. I'm Carol Jurgensen Sheets, and I'm very honored to be with you, and I'm happy to be able to help you with this struggle.